Welcome back to Trading Hour. As promised, we are now shifting focus to the real estate space. Puravankara, the company, remember, yesterday reported its Q4 FY25 business update and saw a decline in both pre-sales as well as collections on a year-on-year basis. They believe this is due to approval delays that have led to temporary deferral of launches and reveal a strong launch pipeline for FY26. To discuss more on this, we have Abhishek Kapoor, Group CEO at Puravankara. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for joining us. Even last time we had discussed the fact that there appears to be quite a few delays coming in as far as regulatory approvals are concerned, especially in Karnataka. What is the current on-ground status as far as the approvals are concerned, and how many projects of yours have been pushed forward due to these particular regulatory delays?
Vivek, thank you for having me on the show. So just one correction on your previous statement. We have grown the collections by about 9% year on year. Having said that, I think from the perspective of new launches, we are looking at about 13 million square foot of new launches in the coming year. About 6 projects got deferred in terms of launches, which could have come in the last year itself because of regulatory approvals only in Karnataka itself. Having said that, I think we are very, very positive. In the 13 million square foot, we are expecting 6+ million square foot to be launched in the first 2 quarters itself. And other than that, what's good for us is also the fact that we have deployed about 1,300 crores in the last year, which is generating a GDV of almost 13,000 crores, where we have locked in lands. Of course, the idea is that you create a robust pipeline of lands to be able to launch in the upcoming financial years.
But Abhishek, for this 13 million square feet of launches that you're planning in FY26, is there a regulatory risk that the approvals don't come through and you fall short?
Look, that risk is always there. But having said that, I think what we work towards is that we move all of the projects. What typically may happen or can happen is that some change happens at a later date, and if that policy change affects the approval, then it gets delayed. But having said that, see, these lands are all paid for. The plans have already been submitted. Of this 6 million square foot is in advanced stages, which we are quite certain that should be taken to market before in the first half of the year itself, and the balance will spill over. So that risk, to be honest, is always there, but that only defers the launches. It does not affect in terms of the value that it brings to the table as far as the company is concerned.
Okay, Abhishek, we want to clarify on a couple of numbers from you. We understand that at the start of FY25, the launch pipeline was close to 17 million square feet, right? And we understand that at the end of FY25, you managed to launch close to 13 million, remainder being impacted by regulatory delays. What was out of the total launch pipeline? How much square feet actually went on sale, and what is it that you expect to recoup in terms of deferred sales by Q1 and Q2 of FY26?
So, Vivek, you're right, I'll just clarify that. About only a short of 4 million square foot is what we took to the market last year. In fact, I would say large amount of projects got deferred largely on account of regulatory approvals, of which what was deferred, which would be about 8 million square foot, of which what I'm suggesting now is about 6 million square foot will go to the market in the first half of the year. And then the rest will get deferred, and of course, and not deferred as in they will come in the second half of the year. And in addition to that, some of the new projects which are acquired will also be taken to the market in this year. So overall speaking, I think almost 8 million got deferred, of which 6 million will come to the market within the first half of the year.
Okay, got that. So last year you planned 13, but you managed to do only 4 million square feet. And again, this year in FY26, you are planning about a 13 million square feet, and a lot of it will be a carry forward from the previous year. So your collections growth, while it is 9% in FY25, it seems slightly lower. What are you anticipating on the collection side for FY26? Will there be a pickup?
Right. Rima, definitely with the new launches, there will be a pickup. And that will show collection growth, especially in the second half of the year, because first half of the year, when we do these launches, the collection actually start to hit the business in the second half of the year. Other than that, I'd also like to share that we are getting OC for about 3.9 million square foot in the first half of the year, which also will see possessions coming through within the first 9 months of this financial year, and therefore that will also reflect in the revenue recognition and the collections of the business.
Abhishek, FY26, on a base of a little over 3,900 crores of collections, what is it that we can pencil in for FY26? And pre-sales, given how revenue recognition is done now, on a base of a little over 5,000 crores, what is it that we can expect?
Vivek, we don't give guidance. What we share is the numbers.
A directional number, sure.
Yes. So for example, as I mentioned, 3.9 million square foot of OC will give us about 3,200 crores of recognizable GDV in this financial year. That's a number which is pretty much given, so I can, it's not a forecast,
Sure.
it's a given number. As far as the new launches, as I mentioned, 13 million square foot is what we are targeting. We expect to open, in terms of open to sale, at least 9 million square foot, and that should provide us with a total at an average realization of say about 10,000 rupees a square foot. Will realize about 9,000 crores of GDV of launches should go to the market. And basis past performance, one can make estimates of what kind of numbers we will show. But definitely the company's focus is on ensuring that we have good growth in the pre-sales numbers from the 5,000 number for the last financial year.
This 9,000 crore of gross development value GDV is for the first half of the year that you estimate, right?
Total for that we'll
Total.
open for sale this year. While 13 million you will get the planned sanction, what happens is that you don't open the entire inventory for
Correct.
sale, you open parts. So we will open about 9 million square foot, and that should result into about 9,000 crores worth of GDV being taken to market. Other than that, we will continue to do sustenance sales where we have projects which are ongoing, and we have performed very well. In fact, last year we have grown our sustenance sales by 22%. I mean, if you break this down a little granularly, the brand has really performed well, and the group has performed well on the sustenance sales. The impact largely has been on account of new launches which got deferred.
Abhishek, give us a view, number one, or give us what is the on-ground trend. Number one, when it comes to demand, is there enough demand when it comes to new launches? Price per square feet or realization, how is it shaping up? Can we expect to see an improvement year on year? And what is the new launch pipeline, especially given the impending entry into the Maharashtra market?
So to answer on ground, I think the momentum continues in terms of sales in the markets that we are present in the west and in the south, where we have inventory for sale. The good news has been commercial absorption has been quite high, which shows that future demand is also there. Fortunately, this is non-perishable demand, and it continues to hit the market as and when it does. Now, as far as our launches are concerned, the 13 million square foot that we spoke about, it's broken into Mumbai or west and south. If you look at it, about 3 million square foot will come in Mumbai, and about 10 million square foot of this will be in the other markets, rest of the country. If you look at the overall performance that we are expecting out of this, I think West will increase in terms of the contribution, and therefore the average realization, especially because of Mumbai projects, will get pulled up on a per square foot basis. So while last year we were at about 9,000 to 10,000 rupees a square foot, that will definitely go up because of the launches in the West.
Just a quick question, Abhishek. What's the reason behind all these approvals coming in on the regulatory front? What is the concern? And on the whole, do we have numbers for Karnataka? How many projects have been delayed? And why will FY26 be any different? I mean, have you heard from them that this time they're going to go faster on the approval front?
Look, I think I'll tell you the sequence of events, and this is an industry issue. It's not just a Puravankara issue. In the sequence of events was the elections, and then post-elections there were a lot of changes in the policy. Some of the examples were like e-Khata, which took some time settling. Some more further changes were brought in the regulatory side, and what happened is that the government also has a capacity to process so many files, and that is a certain capacity. So, for example, if a department has capacity to process 100 files, due to the delays and changes, we had a bunched up files of say 150 files were there, and therefore that got clogged into the system. So now that the files have started clearing more frequently, and the system's kind of stabilized and the changes have kind of played out, we are expecting that next 2-3 quarters you will see that most of the clearances should come through. That's where the confidence is coming from.
Thank you, Abhishek, for joining in. We need to slip into a very short break. On the other side, 360 ONE and UBS have inked a wealth management deal. We'll get chatting on this with both UBS and 360 ONE's Karan Bhagat to talk more about this collaboration and what it means.